body apart from the face, just because I didn't want to paint myself every day, which is great. I can't even read it. Hang on. Oh, I was right. That's what I went for. Okay, that's what I was doing. Sorry, this is really professional. I can't actually read my own panel. Next slide, please. Okay. I'm just like, which panel are we on? Which slide? Okay. Basically, places that you can buy cosplay, there's loads of different places. What I would recommend is not going on eBay or Amazon and searching for cosplay this, because you will immediately push up your price like ridiculously.
Pre-made cosplays specifically for the purpose of cosplaying a specific character tend to be fairly expensive.
Yeah.
Or at least there's cheaper ways to do the same thing.
Unless it's things like, I can see sports anime, like that is always going to be cheaper to buy your costume than it is to try and make that, because it's so exact. So say
go in there and kind of use the fabric for something. Also Primark. I was searching for probably about a year. I'm making a Legolas at the moment that's been work in progress for about a year and a half. Awkward. But I've been looking for like a dark green suede for most of that year and a half. I found a suede skirt in Primark for 12 quid. And I was like, I am buying a size 20 of this suede skirt in Primark so I can basically cut it up and use it for my Legolas. Thank you very much. Because I couldn't find it anywhere else. I'd searched on all the fabric places. I've been in loads of different fabrics, like shops. I could not find this colour suede for love nor money. And I managed to find it in Primark, which is great.
you start, when you become a cosplayer, you start looking at stuff that you encounter on a daily basis really weird. You're like, I don't like that as it is, but if I paint it, then it'll be perfect for this. Or if I get this, and I want to use it for the fabric, like Mel said. Like, you start looking at what you can do with weird and different objects.
You also kind of look at films and comics and animes and stuff differently, because you kind of go, I could cosplay that. How would I do that? And that's
as soon as you get to be a fan of a new thing, you're instantly like, I need to be this. It's me. Get it on my body.
Yeah, pretty much. Coscraft for wigs as well. You are the wigs king.
I am a wigs commissioner. So, and I will...
This is commissioned.
Everything that I get from Coscraft, because the quality is so high. It's maybe going to be a couple of pounds more expensive than getting your like base kind of standard cosplay wig off of eBay or Amazon, but it's going to be like 5 times better quality.
And it's really
and they
comfy.
do free UK shipping. So,
and they're really comfy. Like, I can wear this all day and not itch. And like, if I wear cheap wigs, they really itch my head. So for me, it's like I'm really comfy. This is good.
I think a big part of like budgeting for your cosplay is knowing where to put your money.
Yeah.
And we'll
So,
talk
like,
about that kind of later into the thing. But yeah, it's
wigs is one of those things that you want to spend a little bit more on to get something better.
Yeah, wigs as well like, can be used for more than one cosplay sometimes. So like I have a long brown curly wig that I use for so many different cosplays, and just it's worth the money because I use it for loads of different cosplays. Also, eBay and Amazon for basically anything weird. If you need to get something really, really weird, like a lab coat, it's not that weird, but eBay.
hot pink leg warmers and sweatbands.
That's true.
$1.99. Yeah, like it's just shopping around is the key.
Yeah.
The key to success here.
And like just keeping your eye out, like you said, for like weird things that you might just come across as somewhere strange. Like you were in Lolita yesterday, weren't you? You had shoes on that were from Sainsbury's because you spotted them when you were in Sainsbury's for something else completely, and we're like, hey.
I was wearing Lolita to a con, and I had worn heels. Google Maps told us that the con was 10 minutes away from the station.
It was
Google
10
Maps
minutes.
lied.
10 minutes was not how long
Almost an
it took.
hour later, we were at the con and my feet were dying, so I bought some flat shoes in Sainsbury's. But they matched my dress, so now I wear them.
They're nice and comfy. Next slide, please. There we go. So yes, it's all about the planning. That picture on there is our my Les Mis group at Alcon, I think, last year. Or, yeah, possibly, one of them. Essentially, we all kind of planned these cosplays together and kind of built them over a period of time so that we had a lot of time to be able to just find things. Again, it's something where you can just kind of, if you put the time in to learn a new skill, for example, or you put the time in to just like, okay, I'm going to order my cheap wig from China and it'll take me 28 days to get it. I've got time. You know, if you're not sitting there like 2 days before the con going, oh my God, I need a cosplay now, you will find you save a lot of money.
Just and a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's just in general as well. Like, you know, if you're going to a con and you know you're going to a con, book your train tickets 3 months beforehand. You know, book your accommodation. Like, I am the organised one and kind of remind these lot and kind of go, hey guys, we need to book this now so we can afford to. Yay! Just in general, like, cons and cosplay can be expensive if you make it expensive, but if you just plan ahead of time, it really isn't. Something to help with cosplay specifically, though, is Cosplanner. Next slide, please.
Shane. World's biggest advocate for this app.
I love Cosplanner. Is it on the next slide? Is it on the next slide? Could we have the next slide, please? Thank you. So I love Cosplanner. This is screenshots from my Cosplanner on my tablet at the moment. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this to you and I'm just going to shout so I can point out what it is in the slides.
It's a wireless microphone. Just don't point at the speaker.
I know what I'm doing. Right. So this is Cosplanner, and it's a free app that you can get for iOS and Android devices. And it's so good because, you know, going to cosplay on a budget panel, being told, go to Primark. But sometimes you want a full thing of armor and armor in Primark. I don't know if you've ever gone into Primark looking for a full suit of armor from Dragon Age, but they tend not to have it. So sometimes, you know, you're going to have to splash out on some craft foam and some Warbler. But you can still cosplay on a budget and do that. What you do is you go, what do I need? You don't start it a week before the con and go, yeah, this will be cheap. I need to express order everything. No, you got something cool like Cosplanner, where you can list all cosplays you want to do down the side. How cool is that? So you can have a list of when you want them to start and when you need that cosplay by. How cool is that? So you can have a list of, okay, I need this by June. So I'm not going to start working on the one that I need for October, even though that might be the simpler one. Start on the one that you need first. Put the most effort into that one. They also do a really cool thing where you can like sort of itemize what you need in your cosplay. So what I do is I tend to like, okay, I need to buy the wig and I need to style the wig. And oh my God, there's a Friska. She's so cute and I'm gonna die. Anyway, darling. So yeah, sorry, got distracted. So you can put sort of things like that in there. You can add in how much money you're budgeting for that piece. So say you're like, okay, I have 40 quid to spend on all the material. So you can go, okay, the leatherette cost me 10, this cost me that much. You can keep a track of how much you're spending, as scary as that is, and I tend not to use that function because it scares me.
But you could also use it where you could literally be like, I get paid on this day.
Yeah, so I can put the money into it then.
Yeah.
You can also do a percentage for it, so you can be like, okay, that's % finished on the cape, that's so many % finished on this, and then it comes up at the end and you can see like, oh, I'm 95% there on this, it's almost done. And it's really good for keeping you motivated. It's got bits where you can keep reference images, so if I find like good makeup examples, I keep them on there. If I find examples of things that I want to make with the fabric, like close-ups of shoes that I want to pick up, say if I can't afford it that month, I'll pick it up the next month. I keep the links and everything on there. It's a great place for keeping it all in one place and organized. So if you're going shopping, you can take that with you and check out all your colors match. If you're being obsessive as I tend to be sometimes. But yeah, and you can like then keep a note of the cons that you brought it to, which I think is really fun, especially if you don't want to just constantly wear the same costume.
That's what
and
I
like keep
do.
your favorite photos in any competitions you did it with. So if you like keeping a record of your stuff after you've like finished making it, that's pretty fun. But yeah, it's a really cool, handy app for keeping you organized for cosplay, and I do like a list. So
Something to note, like, if you have a device that can take Cost Planner, you should get it because it's free and there's not much of a reason not to. But if you don't, a lot of the stuff that we talked about that the app does, you can do in a notebook. And it's
I'm
still
really
good
old
stuff
school.
to get into practice
I'm
with.
apparently old and really old school because I just make a list.
Just like itemizing what you need to do for your cosplay and how much you want to spend on it, when it needs done by, that sort of stuff, writing it down really helps.
Next slide, please.
it's your face.
Oh yeah, okay. So hang on, I can't see it now. Hang on, I have to do the same thing. Aha, I can see it now. This bit is like one bit where I'm like, oh yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, basically like we were saying about re-wearing your cosplays. Like I re-wear cosplays a lot. I need to make some new ones now because I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I've kind of saturated my cosplayness. I need to make some new ones. But yes, re-wearing them. You know, you don't just have to take your cosplay just to one con. Re-wear them. If you like the character, why not do it again? You know, a different con with a different vibe group. You know, it's fantastic. Also, like, if you have old cosplays that you're like, don't really wear that one anymore, use that fabric or use that armor, use it for something else. You know,
That's the quite good thing if you've been cosplaying for like a little while and you've either sort of grown out of enjoying a character or like just not, you're not wearing it anymore. It's maybe damaged and you can't really use it on its own anymore. It goes to the cosplay graveyard where you
Salvage it for parts.
Yeah, that's a much nicer way than I was going to put it. Yeah, you salvage it for parts. It goes on to a new home. This wig has been in 7 different characters, except for the character I originally bought it for. And it has done me so, so well. But yeah, or even selling on old costumes, which then brings your budget back up.
Yeah.
Like,
I literally, I couldn't sell any of my old costumes because they're so badly done that I'm like, I would feel embarrassed to sell them. But that's because I've only been cosplaying for like 2 years. Yay. There's also things, hang on, I've forgotten it again because I'm stupid. Obviously crewing conventions as well. I crew quite a lot of different conventions around the country. And basically, you can save money by doing that. And you can also help out your con. So, you know, it's worth doing. You know, if you want to speak to Pippa. Because it is something where, you know, you can definitely save money. And you can, you know, it's something where you can maybe go to more cons than you normally would. Like, if it wasn't for me crewing other conventions, I would kind of only go to maybe about 2 or 3 a year, because that's all I can really afford.
Instead of like 8.
Yeah. I do lots of cons, it's fun. Yay. But you get to meet lots of people, which is why I like crewing conventions, because I'm just like, I can meet all the people and all the cosplayers, and yay. I like meeting people. What else have we got? Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, borrowing or trading skills. I quite often have little cosplay days where me and my friend, who's also in Banda but not here unfortunately, basically we tend to sort of either teach each other skills or like borrow tools essentially. So I taught Ren how to sew, and Ren borrows my sewing machine. In return, Ren has helped me with wigs. Ren has helped me with props. Ren has helped me with sanding things. Ren has helped me with
exchanges are so good.
Yes. But also like the tools as well. Like if I was to sit there and buy a Dremel, that would cost me what, 30 quid or whatever. But that's 30 quid less I could spend on cosplay.
Even just like getting together with people gives you so much more motivation to get working on stuff and get it done quicker.
And
if
even
you've
if
got someone else there working with you.
Even if you do like a Skype chat as well, like we need to do a Skype chat badly because I need motivation, guys, to make new cosplays. Just
yeah.
These guys live in Glasgow. I live local to here. We're obviously not together that often. When we usually are, it's for a con. So we can't kind of do cosplay things. But I'm like, talk to me on Skype. Help me get motivated. I need
Even
to
if it's knowing that if you have something coming up and you're only going to wear a costume once, maybe twice, have a friend who maybe wants to cosplay something from a similar thing to you, and you go, well, you want to cosplay that thing, I want to cosplay this thing, we both want to cosplay stuff with very similar parts. how's about, because we're a similar size, I buy one, you buy the other, and we swap when we want to swap?
Yep, that
Like,
also
I've done
works.
that with folk before, and it makes
Yeah.
things so much cheaper, especially if it is, like, parts that you just need to straight up buy, like, sports anime costumes are always so much easier, because, like, a size whatever jacket will usually fit most people, and you can buy one from each group, and then you all have a cosplay.
Yay. Also, like adding to cosplays over time. So again, I was talking about time before. Like, don't feel bad to wear like a half-finished cosplay. I've done it many times before. I wore my Jane from Firefly. I wore him. He's a mercenary. He wears a lot of armor and guns and stuff. I wore him without any props because I was just excited to wear him, and I still got pictures and I still had fun as him. So I kind of added to it over time, and I kind of built him a big gun and things like that. But it was a time thing. I was just like, I honestly can't afford to do it all right now. But in like a couple of months' time, I can kind of do that, but still wear him. So that's another thing as well, is just kind of doing that, really.
You can just keep adding to cosplays you already have when you have the money to do it.
Sometimes that's more fun as well, because you can keep revamping a character. I've got a Kevin cosplay from Welcome to Night Vale, and I've been wearing him for going on 4 years now. And every time I wear him, I just add something else
He has
to
his
it.
sweater vest. That
He
is
has
so
a sweater
beautiful.
vest that I commissioned that I would never have been able to afford when I started doing the cosplay, and I did it all from like at once. But just adding one piece now and again can like bring your costume up. It's cheaper. It means you can still keep enjoying a character that you love without. Oh, I got lipstick all over it. You can still enjoy a character that you love without going, oh, I kind of don't want to just keep wearing the exact same costume. But it's not, because you keep changing it up.
Like my Mystique that I wore yesterday, I still got a bit to add to that. I still have straps and stuff to add to that. But that makeup I've tried probably goodness knows how many times. I've done different versions of that makeup. I'm just like, all the makeup, because I enjoy doing makeup. So it was just like, that for me is enjoyable. Can we have the next slide, please? What did I put on the last slide?
Finally, cosplaying as a...
It's a hobby, meant to be fun. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take yourselves too seriously. Just have fun with it. Like, if your cosplay is not completely completed and perfect, and you know, just go and have fun in it.
Most of us are either young adults or adults in costumes.
Woo!
Remember that. Like, we're all just being a bit silly and having a bit of fun. If it stops being fun and it starts stressing you out, you need to stop.
Take a break.
Take a break. Think about what it is that's upsetting you about it, because it's a hobby. This is supposed to be your anti-stress.
Yeah.
If it's making you upset, then it's doing the opposite of what a hobby should do.
Yep, there we go.
So, yeah, just enjoy the things that you're supposed to enjoy.
Yeah.
It seems like a no-brainer, but we've all had that moment where you're just like, if I have to rip this seam and do it once more, I'm going to kick it into the sun.
That's where having cosplaying friends also helps, because you can kind of go, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine.
Pass it to me, I'll sew it,
Yes.
or, oh my God, just go and leave your house for 10 minutes. Like, go have a coffee, go pat a dog,
Yourself down.
watch something on YouTube, like, breathe. Because it's not worth you upsetting yourself over. It's not worth you cosplaying on a budget. I feel like this needs to be said. Pay your rent.
Yes.
Feed yourself.
Yes.
Feed your pets. Make sure you have enough money to get to your job and to school or wherever you need to go. Then buy cosplay.
Yes. Absolutely.
Don't do cosplay and then go, oh man, I don't have any money to pay rent. Because you need a house more than you need a new wig.
Yeah. Have we got any questions at all from
That's
anybody?
your PSA for the day.
Yes.
Oh,
Paper. Go on, you go.
thanks.
One thing you guys might be able to help me out, I'm hoping here. I've got quite a few spandex costumes coming up.
Blue for my Mystique.
Aim for 20
Skirt is really short.
is for you. Times that are buying stuff online, you check budget to buy something.
Has like a different frame. However, before I went to a con, I didn't cut the hands off. She wears gloves, so it doesn't matter. She wears like long white gloves. I didn't cut the hands off this morph suit and didn't think about human things like going to Tesco and wanting to buy some food. And the
Using a self-scan
Steve
machine.
trying to use the self-scan machine in Tesco became famous at that convention.
It became famous at AMI because they were like, some random person painted blue was just not able to use the Tesco scanner. I heard about it like the day after, and I was like, that was me.
So if you are wearing a morph suit with hands, either cut them off and reattach them some way, or find a friend who's really, really patient and understanding. And I mean really patient and understanding. As someone who has been a cosplay minder, more patient than that.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair, also, like, having been in con bathrooms, you guys have experienced this with my Mystique, because that Mystique now has a white top.
Any Attack on Titan cosplayers that
Buddies are required.
find a friend, you're close.
Also, the skirt out the way. That's also a thing. Hole, kind of where I need to cut a hole, but I'm like, I involve more effort.
Any other questions?
You're shy and don't want to ask us in front of everyone, then we'll be wandering around.
Especially you, because you're so cute. I
Yesterday. You
I'm
missed
just going to
it.
cry. 12.
This was 11.
This is 11. I got into Preston at 2 this morning after an 8-hour shift. So I don't know what way's up anymore. But yeah, we will be there at 12. Come along, ask your questions, and see if you can get us to laugh. It's so cute.
But yes,
Thank
feel
you.
free to come along. We are Bandersnatch Studios. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be back very. Oh yes, getting in, as these guys said, they are back at. So that we've got the cosplay Q&A. The most of it.
君の声聞こえたからそうピンチな出来事押し寄せてきて